Hello everyone, my name is Pie, and this is my art journey. I originally started this after watching PewDiePie's videos on drawing daily, and I thought to myself, I am better, and I will be better than him. And now here we are. If you want to skip to different days, I will have them divided into chapters in the video. Some ground rules is that I originally started with the plan of only doing 30 minutes a day, but then quickly realized I quite enjoy drawing, and now then spent hours each day drawing. I do not recommend this. That is a great way to get burnt out. Moving on to the rest of the video, most of these were created while looking at reference images, which I usually got from Pinterest, which I highly recommend you do if you're just starting out. They have tons of different step-by-step tutorials. Another thing I did, like this one, was use different manga I owned to start drawing. As you can see, it was not the best of starts. Although I did have a little bit of experience before doing this drawing daily stuff, it was pretty much 2 hours worth of work pretty much on wanting to draw anime, then I quickly gave up. But doing this in a daily style like this has actually made me not want to give up and to continue on, and posting it to YouTube has helped me have the motivation to continue. Another thing that was great is all of YouTube's fantastic step-by-step tutorials, allowing me to understand what I am doing. Another thing is, with doing YouTube, I got a lot of great advice, and showing this to many different people allowed me to get many different advice from a lot of different people. Another thing that helped me was drawing what I wanted to draw and not forcing myself to draw circles for a million years. That helped me to actually enjoy drawing. Although I did go back and start doing some practice, that is still important to do, but knowing that you don't just have to do practice, and you can do what you want and call it practice. And it doesn't go perfectly. As you can see, my anatomies didn't immediately improve, and everything didn't immediately improve, but it just takes time and doing it in enough of a way to actually gain that experience. I'm still definitely not perfect. Even after 38 days, it's a long way to go until I'm actually would be even called decent. Another thing is that this has been a learning curve for me in a lot of different ways. I've put myself out in trying to learn video editing, which is a nightmare, and just trying to learn a lot of different stuff. And I've finally found a learning method that works for me, is just do it daily for, tell myself, 15 minutes and actually do it. And not all of these turn out perfect. Some days of these will actually be better than other days, even though they're further down the line. It's not just a constant improvement, but, back and forth. And looking back at these has allowed me to have the chance to look and see my mistakes and see where I've improved. And even with simple things of just learning color, I didn't realize there was a bleed through, so now I tried to take a picture of my previous work and it shows up like that. Another thing is that this learning method is not for everyone. With improvements came more fear of not getting things done, and I needed to realize that if I don't have time to get things done, then I don't have to force myself to stay up till 5 a.m. doing that thing. And that I can go at my own pace, as long as I'm getting things done, or at least still trying. And not having that fear of just because I didn't do something means that it's bad. It means I just didn't have time. Man, video editing is hard. I'm trying to make a script for this, and this is very annoying. But I guess the main point of doing all of these videos and making all these drawings is just to prove to myself that I can do something. That I don't have to just do nothing with my life, and that I can achieve my goals. And that just because I will never be the best at something doesn't mean that I have to give up. And that believing in that nihilist attitude just doesn't work. And that I can do things, and that I can make things with my own hands, and then I can learn and improve at something. I'm still definitely not the best, but I'm a lot happier now that I've done this than I was before. And some of these did turn out very, very well. And it's incredible to me to see the improvement going back through these. Being able to draw all of my favorite characters and being able to draw my own characters has always been a dream of mine, and being able to accomplish that dream is fantastic. And it just makes me feel so much better about myself and my life. Especially with this one. The last one I did before I went to digital, and it looks awesome. It's so cool. I'm so happy I was able to do this. Anyway, now we move on to the digital, which is definitely difficult. It was a little bit of a learning curve with trying to learn all the different buttons, but it was very fun. Especially being able to have a lot more videos on what to do and being able to manipulate the image in just the right way. It makes it look a lot nicer, and I don't have to have all those erase marks all over the place, and it allowed me to not have such a fear of, doing things over again, as you can see by my repeated, use of the undo button. Now, if you're still with me by this point, it means that, well, I don't know, that you like the sound of my voice, and I'm going to start yapping about a lot of different things, because I don't know what else to talk about. I really think the hands turned out pretty well here, and just the overall clothing and the letter, I think that actually turned out really great here. And as you'll see, I tried to do some drawing on the eyes, or the coloring in on the eyes, but just didn't really have time to do anything else for drawing. But this one I actually wanted to fully try drawing in, coloring rather. This one was from Kubo that's the wrong one, sorry. This one's from Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, and it is the main character Kubo. And it's a very good show. It's interesting, it's very entertaining. I really resonate with the main character, with just him being completely invisible. It's quite funny. But anyway, yeah, learning just different ways to do hair, it was interesting. And going back through this, just watching the millions of small changes that I make throughout the entire thing is hilarious to me. Also, trying to get the phone proportioned right was quite difficult, and trying to make it how I wanted was also quite difficult. The next thing is, I don't know. I'm running blanks here on what to speak about. Just fast forward through the rest of the video, please. It allows me to not have to talk through all of this. The darkening of hair in certain parts was interesting, and trying to make this hand correct and the other hand correct was annoying, but Clip Paint Studios comes in handy with changing proportions on the fly like that. That's awesome. Yeah, I really think it turned out at least pretty decent. Definitely not too good on shading. Even right now, currently, I'm still not too good on shading, but just small improvements here and there. Even with this video editing, I'm starting to get a little bit more confidence in speaking and to the microphone, and as this video goes on, I'll probably get better and better, because this video is taking literal forever to make. It is very annoying. I had a whole entire process with going through. I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro, and it's annoying with a lot of different stuff. I had to update my computer to Windows 11 because I don't know. It's a whole entire thing. Also, another thing that helps is the liquify tool. I don't know if you saw it real quick. It was just a quick little thing where you just dent it in her head, which is quite funny. Anyway, that is. I originally started off with brown as the hair color because I was just using a reference image and didn't remember what hair color she had, and I was going based off of the manga, which is black and white. But eventually, I looked up the settings that you can change the hair color or just any color of the entire thing, and changed it to relatively the right color. That you can also now see my pitiful attempts at shading and doing the hair thing, which honestly didn't turn out too badly. Just didn't get it right in some areas. Yeah, and then the other thing that's problematic is just skin color. It's very difficult for me to figure out which shade and everything to use. And what was even funnier is the first time I was trying to figure it out, I looked up, or was about to actually look up, what is the best skin color, and that is not something I need to be looking up. And I fortunately stopped myself and was like, that probably won't give me the results I want. Anyway, so that's that one. The next one, I decided to go back to, just black and white because I didn't really want to learn too much more about shading at that time. Anyway, these next few ones will just fly by because I don't really have too much to rant about. The clothes were nicely done, and I think it just worked out pretty well. Loved the little clam thing on design for the shirt. That was great. But yeah, the white outline for hair, that was a nice way to do stuff. That, yeah. This is pretty much it for that one. Just skip ahead about 10-20 seconds to the next one, please. I have nothing else to talk about. Oh, well, I guess the shading of the shirt was nice. But, this one. This one was a pure me design, kind of. I looked at Celeste for, one or two images for that, just to figure out the hair thing and what colors I wanted to use. In fact, most of these were actually drawn with me playing Celeste anytime I wanted to take a break, which going from this to Celeste, a rage game, which is very difficult. I wouldn't necessarily call it a rage game, but definitely difficult. Probably not the best idea for my mental health. Well, I guess Celeste is about mental health, so it worked out in the end. Yeah, I still make the mistake of accidentally hitting the fill button for the entire screen. It's very, very annoying. But yeah, the other thing is just the auto shading. Don't really like using that, so that's, I think, the only time I use it. Anyway, this one is another image from the girl I like forgot her glasses. Totally did not just look that up really quickly and edited that in. Totally knew that off the top of my head. I am a 100% professional, as you know. Anyway, this one was actually one of the first ones I did full body, but, or I say full body, just ignore anything past the thighs. Looking at the reference a lot, I didn't actually use, too much, anatomy underneath it, just really looking at the, reference image and doing that. I don't trace the reference image. I've never done that because I don't like doing that. That seems to defeat the purpose of learning. Anyway, originally this image actually ended halfway through the plushie, so I had to actually expand the rest of that. Really like how the window turned out. This one, I actually went back and just recently added some flowers around it because I was messing around with the different settings that ClipPaint has. In fact, you will never see the random assortment of just stuff I've created that looks absolutely atrocious. It's just terrible. And that will be buried deep in in my computer forever, never to see the light of day. This one I forgot to do the pie in, and this one also was one that I used pretty much with no reference, trying to do it make an original character. And yeah, started adding pies to certain ones because it's David is pie. Anyway, the arms just kind of end, and that's kind of weird to me. So that's kind of why I went back and messed around with the flowers and whatnot. This is just a practice day. I wanted to practice different looks and hairstyles again and whatnot. The eyes just didn't turn out well at all for the two I did, and this was also due to just not having enough time. Now this one I like. This is my drawing of Kurusu from Steins Gate, which is a fantastic show, and you should totally watch it. Highly recommend. If you do not stop this video and watch Steins Gate immediately. First 5 episodes are a slog, but afterward it is peak anime. It's a hard press to find a better show than Steins Gate. I highly recommend it. And best girl Kurusu, man, she's awesome. And the lab coats, Halloween Kyoma, and Med Scientist. Everyone needs to watch it. I actually got the visual novels, or the visual novel games and whatnot. I can't figure out how to work them, because apparently I need to go into the files or something, because Steam is just not working with it, which I am very sad at, and I really want to play it. Except for Steins Gate Zero. Steins Gate Zero can go die. I don't like the fact that it turned the main character from a mad scientist to a sad scientist. And I just could not make my way through it, because it was just too sad. The Oompa there, or whatever they're called, absolutely love that. I wish I had more time to work on the background specifically for this one. I ran out of time and had to just focus on the main girl Kurusu. And yeah, I think most things turned out pretty well on it. I think the shading could be a little bit better, but and like the face shape and head a little bit better. But overall, it just turned out really, really well. And it started my love of drawing like suit type clothes and whatnot. And yeah, I love the little plushie, just absolutely. Going on from that, yeah, it's pretty nice. I love her color scheme, just really solid character. Another great character is the hacker Daru, which is, if you ever want a image of me in real life, it's just Daru from Steins Gate. That's just me, except not as knowledgeable about hacking, and not as perverted, but yeah. Anyway, getting the clothes color right was definitely difficult. Trying to find out what colors to actually use for a lot of different things. But yeah, this image actually came from an image from the anime, not like fan art or anything, but just taken from a scene from the anime. Yeah, so it was definitely difficult to get like the texturing right on like the couch and everything. But overall, 10 out of 10. Love drawing this, and I will probably draw her more because I love this character. Anyway, moving on to the next thing is, drum roll please, right, the goth girl. This one is from, give me 3 seconds. That girl is cute but dangerous. After a quick Google search, yeah, I like the manga. It's pretty good. Definitely not one of my favorites, but it's good. Yeah, usually any of the favorite manga that I have, I just actually bought outright because I, really like having hard copies of it. The cat was difficult to draw, and the hands and everything. It was annoying, but at least it didn't have too much color, which was helpful. I think the eyes are also really difficult, and the hair light thing, whatever, I ended up making it in the shape of a heart because I could not figure out how to do it in the way that the reference image had. So that's what you get. That's pretty much all about that one. Moving on was me doing side profiles. which I've still only done this one thing, and yeah, it was nice doing. Wish I made it a little bit bigger originally, but I eventually increased the size of it. This I just learned from Pinterest, watching or looking at their different step-by-step tutorials on how to draw. Turned out really well, honestly, and I like the style of just black and white for showing depth and everything. And the hairstyle is definitely one of my favorites. Ponytails are nice. But yeah, that's just quick, and eventually here I will increase the size of it. There we go. Yeah, doing the other side of the hair and making that all black was definitely cool, except for, of course, filling the entire screen multiple times. This one, I drew this one after I was sad. Yeah, things happened in life, and that kind of sucks. I actually kind of enjoyed drawing sadness, though. Helped me, express my emotions a little bit. The definitely cool character draw. I don't know what this is actually originally from. I've never watched it. I think it's from something, but I don't know. Yeah, but the hairstyle was nice. The eyes and everything just oozed sadness, which was nice. Yeah, going on from this, I forget what I did next, but yeah. Oh yeah, I also messed around with the effect lines a little bit. That's what we had there, and then those are actually just the cloud particle thing around it. Ah, right, that's what I did. I did Honkai Star Rail. So March 7th, and the main character Stella. Really enjoyed drawing them. It turned out very well. Not perfect. I needed to have Stella a little bit taller, but it just didn't work out like that. And by the time I realized my mistake, it was too late. The reason why I added a box around it is because the original reference image was very small and just kind of ended, and I didn't really want to draw the rest of Stella, so I just kind of decided to add the box. And this is before I also learned how to clip or cut things for the canvas or whatnot. Anyway, shading was nice. I think it was okay. The hand on the other side, shoulder, that was nice. Definitely not perfect. I think the jawline of Stella is a little bit too cut there, but now this is one of my practice days of just drawing hands, which is so annoying. Trying to learn anatomy in general is very annoying for me, and it sucks. And then you'll move on to me actually drawing anatomy, and I found it easier to draw the head separate and then just move it onto the body. The other thing is trying to get clothes right on a body. It was annoying. I just went with clothes that I had already roughly drawn before, because it was easier. Trying to get the pose right was also annoying. Trying to figure out which finger would be where and everything. Also realized there that I made her a little bit too short. And then I made her have thunder thighs, because of course I did. The thighs definitely need to be a little bit smaller. But, who says anything bad about being able to crush watermelons in between your thighs? Anyway, the colors were okay, and I think it turned out well. I still refuse to learn how to draw the chest, because I don't know. This is another one that I drew while sad. This actually has a really sad story. We just had kittens, and then one immediately died on birth, and then the other one was eaten by my other cat, which I am so pissed at. I literally almost cried. It was terrible, and it happened like literally 2 feet from me, because the cat had put her kitten underneath my bed, and all of a sudden the kitten was no more after the male cat went over there. And I only learned afterward that you're not really supposed to have the male cats near kittens, and I didn't realize this was going to happen. Anyway, so I drew this out of sadness. I used some previous references and combined them together, and they honestly it turned out great. It really helped me to get over my sadness, and I'm still a little peeved at it, but yeah, overall it turned out very well. This one I started having doing themes and actually making like a plan for my drawings, like doing a lot of different references, adding them all into one place, and then using those references. And I also got the suggestion to finally flip the canvas, which is something that I no idea why I didn't do before. Why didn't I do this before? It helped me so much. Literally saved me a lot of time, and from it looking just terrible to it looking pretty decent. Still definitely not perfect in a lot of ways, but I think it turned out well. Although halfway through I realized I kind of made it like Mikasa from Attack on Titans, and I realized that I had to color the scarf a different color because it needed to not look like her. So that's why I went with blue, and also fit the snow theme I had. So this is my first attempt at drawing a male. After this I got some advice of on how to draw that hair better and to make it not less like a not less like it's attached and whatnot, but make it actually feel like it's a part of the head. So I'm definitely not happy with how this turned out with the hair, but overall the shape and everything turned out pretty well, and I also got some advice to moving around the nose and everything a little bit more. But yeah, it honestly wasn't as difficult as I was thinking to draw men, and at this point I realized I wanted to draw other things. Originally my entire goal was just anime girls, but now I wanted to draw this and other things. So this one, do not look at the arms. They are terrible. I messed up completely. I don't know what I was thinking. They look terrible. In fact, even the style I was trying to go for, I kind of already drew with Kurusu, with it being baggy clothes like over the shoulder and whatnot, and I just did not look at that at all for reference. It probably didn't help that I lost like 30 minutes of work on it and whatnot from just not saving and then restarting my computer, which really peeved me. Anyway, the overall actual character design, the hair and everything turned out pretty well. It's just the hands that they look so weird. They're too stubby, and yeah, everything else is great. It's just the hands that the arms. Anyway, this is my latest drawing. This is up to date. This is day 38. This is what I can do. Honestly, it's not the best one I did, probably. I think that was probably either the Kurusu one or the girl I like forgot my glasses one. That one was fantastic. But this was done with using like 20 different references, all combining them, and I got the hair relatively right. I realized right as I was about to post it originally that I messed up the ears and had them way too high up. And I still kind of do, but overall, I don't actually like what I did with the eyes. I think the eyes needed to be a different type of eye, but I did like drawing the suit, and it turned out pretty well. Even added a little pie there. Anyway, that's that. If you like the video, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. I'm probably going to be streaming over on Twitch on Saturday, midnight probably, because I have a terrible sleep schedule. Anyway, thank you again for sticking around to the end, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I will get better at doing this. Have a fantastic life while you still can.